And his kick is right through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They start the drive with Martin. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left. From the gun, Winston. And an alley to Rump, and Winston lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. And here we go on 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. They'll try again with Howard. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Cameron Meredith, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. Aguayo on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And 10. Bay trots out there now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Second down, Winston. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Second down following the run. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He's going to air one out. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, They remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. With it is Jackson. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On second down, Martin across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Jameis to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded inside the 5. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. Now Trubisky to throw on second. Dances by him. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. That's complete to Meredith. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
No, Jack, Patriots! Gun! Over!
Trubisky, draw play, gives to Howard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. This is Howard on second down. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. First down, they run with Howard. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Jeremy Langford is in. He gets the carry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Sims. Oh, good move. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's it, baby.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Howard that time. 3rd down here.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Dominic Easley in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Winston, he's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. Winston now. Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. To throw is Winston. They set up the screen to Martin. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Sheds off the tackle. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Fresh set of downs here. From the gun, it's Trubisky. A swing pass caught. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Here's Sims on the run. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And the Eagles out in front early. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Left, watch left. Ready, blue 80.
The first down throw for Winston. Goes underneath to Martin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Maybe a little sign of life here offensively, Charles. They get their first down. They didn't have any in quarter number one.
And I think what we're seeing is great evidence of good scouting by both teams, right? Understanding what they like to do, their best plays, try and take those away early. So now we're seeing some adjustments, and they end up getting their first down.
Ready, easy, Jim. Wait.
Winston now from the 50. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Second quarter in Cleveland. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. This will be taken in at the 1. He finds some open field here. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. That good for 22 and a first down. So it'll be first down here after the run. They run again on first down. Martin. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They run the counter with Martin. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. First down. Here's the run with Martin. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first.
Are we really in the second half here? And this is the first time we've seen Jameis Winston connect with Mike Evans.
Yeah, you know that they missed that in the first half. Up until this point, they've really missed it, haven't they?
I think that's a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Martin. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 3-yard line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now Winston, and that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in his... There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bears add on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They run it again with Martin. A big hit. Knocked out sideways. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. And, oh, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Jenkins. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now they run with Sims. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now it's Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here's Trubisky. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
All right, here we go. Over.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And it is incomplete. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
We got three. Three down. Hey, fellas, we got three. Let's go. Two times.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Double tight. Ready.
Winston with a give to Martin. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play. To the air again with Winston. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. That'll bring up second down.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Jenkins. And now look at him go. The 40. And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They have gone to the fourth quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. The Patriots, they've widened their lead even further. If they can hold on, the win for them on the campaign. And he pulled it. Aguayo pulled it left. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a letdown there. They get the ball in tremendous position following the turnover, but they come away empty-handed.
Oh, man, you hate to waste field position like that. Your defense did you the favor of getting you the ball on this side of the 50. But neither the offense nor the kicking team could capitalize.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League.